Hey guys, today we're going to be talking all about the Strokemaker paddles and I'm going to be showing you how to set them up. We're going to be talking about the different sizes and what size you should get for your hand, and also we're going to be trimming these straps, and then I'm going to be showing you which holes to put them in because it's probably a little confusing when there's like 30 different holes in the paddles. I have not opened these. I ordered these a little while ago and we're going to get into this. So it looks... uh-oh. He sees it. Okay, so I'm on Amazon and I just searched Strokemaker paddles so we can look at the different sizes that they have. They have these blue ones, which are their size 1. They also have an extra small, which they call orange, but they look red in real life. And those are very, very tiny little paddles, which you guys will be seeing right now on the screen. I mean, if you look at these compared to the size of my face, this is a size 2, and then... What is going on back here? And then they have a size 3, which are the large red paddles. So the size 3 red ones are huge, as you guys can see. I didn't even know this until I looked up these paddles, but they make a size 4. A 4! All of these are about $15, except the purple ones, which are $17, because they're a lot bigger. So you gotta pay for the extra plastic. The great thing about these paddles is they don't have to fit your hand perfectly. You can use bigger paddles if you want a really hard workout, or you can use really tiny paddles if you're just working on technique and feeling the water, or you haven't used paddles before, so your hand can be a lot bigger than the paddle if you just want to have a little bit on your palm. With the Finis agility paddles that I did a review on way back, those you really had to fit specifically to your hand for them to really work with your stroke, but these it really doesn't matter. The blue ones are the most average sized ones. These are the ones that everyone gets, even on Amazon. These are the Amazon Choice paddles because they fit most people. For me, when I hold my hand up to them, you can see my fingertips are right at the edge, and I also have very, very long fingers, but these fit me really well and I really like them. Alright, so now we're going to cut this strap and get it put into our paddles. So you don't want the strap to be too long, but you do want it to be long enough that you can adjust it. And then another thing that I really like to keep in mind when I'm doing my paddles is if you hit hands with someone, which happens a lot, and you have the paddle on, and this is hard to do. Wait, there we go. Imagine my fingers are higher than this. They'll pull the paddle down like this, and it'll stretch the strap looser. And if it's too short, like you have barely any extra strap, it'll just pull completely out. So you want to make sure you have enough strap sticking out that there's a little wiggle room with if it gets pulled loose, it won't pop out. There's really no perfect length to cut these, but I just took this out of my dad's paddles, which are those yellow ones. So you guys can see the indents from where it's been squeezed into the paddle, and then you can see that there's probably about 1.5 inches sticking out the bottom. The strap itself looks about 6 inches. So we're just gonna hold this up here, and then really easy to cut through. And then something you want to make sure that you do, if you don't cut it into a little point, you won't be able to grab it to pull it through your paddle. When you cut it into a little point, as you can see, the point sticks through, and then you can grab that part to pull the whole strap through. If you keep it flat like this one, as you can see, when you try to put it in, it doesn't go through at all. Try not to cut off too much since you've already cut it to the right length, so try to keep the top edge the same length that you had before. Then for where you put the paddles, for where you put the straps into the holes on the paddle, there are a lot of different choices. It's more of how you like your hand positioned on the paddle. So put your hand up to it and just see where you like to keep your hand. If you like it a little bit higher, then you can put it in the higher up holes. If you like your hand to be a little bit lower, put it down, but just move it around to where you like the positioning of your hand, and then look and see where that strap would go. And you want the strap to go around your middle finger. The paddles I usually use always have my fingers up about to the top edge of the paddle, so you just take your little pointed strap, put the point through, and then pull it. As you guys can see, I'm putting it in these 2 holes so that there's 1 hole left out in the middle. That way my finger can actually fit through. And there you go. Now that could be a little bit shorter if you want it, but it really doesn't matter that much. You're just swimming. It's not that big of a deal if they're sticking out. And then as you guys can see, there are these 2 bottom holes, and this actually fits a wrist strap, and I hate using the wrist strap. The wrist strap on these is horrible. You can't move your hand around at all to feel where the water is. And another thing is with these paddles, if you're not swimming correctly, they will move around. So you'll have your hand in the paddle, and if you're swimming wrong or you're entering weird, the paddle will actually twist up like that if you're not swimming right. If you have a wrist strap on, it can't move, so you have no idea if you're doing something wrong in your pull. So I really don't like using the wrist strap because then I can't see if my hand is moving around and then adjust my pull a little bit. And if you do like using it, that is totally fine. Just for me, I personally really don't like using it. But if you do want to use the wrist strap, cutting them is the same as this top one. Make sure the ends are pointed, and then you can just stick it through and pull it. Another great thing about these paddles is they're really versatile. You can use them for any stroke. Butterfly is a little bit hard when the paddle is this big. The paddles are really small on my hand. That way when you're doing fly, it's not so tough that you can't even finish your stroke and you can't even like get your arms around. So I think using the smaller ones are really great if you do want to work on your butterfly with paddles. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe if you haven't already to see my next videos. Bye! Hey! So now we're, pick stuff up for being loud. Oh, and then okay. Just stuff in my, they have yellow ones, which are my dad's, and they are a size 2. Hey! What? Yeah! Oh, I got them all riled up now. I have a memory foam mattress now, and I feel like throughout all of my videos I just slowly sink lower and lower in the camera view. Every time. All of a sudden I'll look at the viewfinder and I'm like down here. And then I didn't even know this until just now. I can't. What are you doing to him? She just bit his butt.